Hey, everybody. Welcome to the AAA episode number 172, 13 Asian elephants in length. I thought you'd like that one, Drunkle. No, nothing? And I could feel,
I'm intrigued. I'm not going to lie.
Curious.
Okay, it's a surly Otter day, as you can see. And I'll tell you why, in broad strokes. People suck. There.
Very broad.
Well, rock in a hard place. People, it's like, why can't you be in three places at once? I don't understand your problem. This demonstrates a lack of commitment on your part that you haven't cloned yourself.
Well, you should have thought ahead and cloned yourself. Why are you so incapable of accepting the responsibility of technology that doesn't exist?
Yeah.
Yeah. And using your own money as well. Do you not care about the company or something, mate?
Have you ever actually heard that line from an employer where it's like, if you're leaning on the job or you're doing whatever, that they consider it theft because you're stealing from the company because you're being paid to work? You ever heard that one?
No. I always get away with it.
Oh, I get away with it largely, but then a lot of this, I mean, when I have had like retail jobs and whatnot, yeah, I tend to get away with it. The stuff I do now is setting my own time schedule, so it's not really the same thing. But that is a frustrating one to me. It's like, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Have you heard that one?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, no,
I've said
heard
that
it
one.
said. I used to. There was in university. If someone was like, performing a scene or something, and someone would, even if you were a bare whisper, if the director saw you, he would tell you off.
Mm-hmm.
So I always found that as long as if you were speaking to people, but you were pointing at the script at the same time, he didn't give a shit. So it's like, if you are going to be leaning, then be leaning in a company fashion. Make it look like you're still working at the same time.
Be leaning in a company fashion. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd
be like spinning one of those big arrow signs that says "Golf Sale this way" or something like that,
No, I'll tell you guys, chat, what I was telling these guys about what I was being told by some other guys. Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna go with that.
A lot of guys in this story.
Well, actually, there was a lot of women, and the women were the problem. No offense to the ladies, it's just these particular women.
I never.
No.
I'm in a Zoom meeting, and the Zoom meeting's only supposed to go to 5 o'clock. And I'm looking at the time, and this is a previous commitment. And yeah, I know, I'm late all the time. Haha. Okay, but it is a commitment. It's something I schedule around, right? And I'm like,
at any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, they made about as much sense as that. Yes. Thank you, Winston. Gamer Verlaine for the 350.
Understand what he said.
It's
You didn't. Women are always making people late, then get mad when they are told they have to wait. I mean, it was clear as day.
What's the problem? How do you not understand
Winston
this?
knew. He had it down. He did.
Yeah, your own countryman. He was on the ball, that guy.
Winning wars and hearts.
Gamer Verlaine, thank you for the 350, and there was you really do. Oh, are we broadly stroking today? Well, I didn't bring the right lotion. I'll be back.
Winning whores and betting whores.
I'm in the Zoom meeting, and it's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I have to get going, and I'm just there to offer. I'm not being paid for this. It's just, we want you guys, and it was 3 of us there to opine, offer opinions, to offer analysis when necessary, speak up when you think that to contribute whatever your expertise, blah 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 blah, all the lines, right? And like I said, I'm really suspicious of why they want us there. I think it's something more to do with, like, they have to have a minimum amount of people for a quorum to be able to do a tax write-off. Like, I'm really suspicious because it's not really necessary that any of us are there, but yet, and none of us are being paid, and that speaks volumes. But it's like, so I'm leaving, and it's like, well, where are you going? And oh, I hate that so much. Like, my mom does that to me, and yes, she gets away with it. She's my mom. It's like, hey, mom, I got to get going, or whatever. Well, what are you going to go do? Because there's a judgment in there. You tell me, and I will evaluate whether or not it's good enough. You know what I mean?
That's when you should be like,
from your mum.
Excuse me?
Go on, Sid.
If they ask you that, you should be like, I understand you're curious about what I'm doing. I can tell you, but I am doing it regardless because it is a prior commitment.
Well, those were.
Listen to the guy who don't have a job.
Yeah, well.
Listen to the guy who has had a couple of jobs in his life, stuck with all of them, and been in leadership positions.
That thing is, with your mum, right? That could be written off as just like, general interest. Whereas when it's coming from your work, that's some kind of accusation, isn't it?
Well, what I said, it's a prior commitment that I have. I said in the field, and they said, well, I think not. How did she put it? Time management is key, and I think that not staying for the full length of a meeting demonstrates a lack of commitment.
Oh, fuck you.
And I said,
Yeah,
I said, no, I am fully committed to the time frame of this meeting. I was here before it started, and it's past its scheduled end time. She goes, if it goes longer than the scheduled end time, then that's just the way that it is, because there's still an itinerary to complete. I was like, I do have a prior commitment, an NDA. I have to go. And you know what's funny is that
NDA. Good work.
Yeah, and somebody else who isn't like an unpaid contract, a paid person said, yeah, actually, I'm going to get going too. And I was like, that was my saving grace in there, that at least somebody else left at the same time that I did. And they were like, yeah. And I mean, they were being paid to be there, and they were still like, yeah, I'm out of here. So it's like, good.
Oh,
good.
Fair enough,
Yeah. Why don't you? Anyway.
Yeah,
But
no,
yeah,
fuck
no,
all
mate.
that shit. You don't work for them, do you?
Only on contract and only for 2 of the people in that Zoom meeting. The rest of them
So
are just all consultants.
You're a lateral in terms of leadership. Like, they don't have power over you.
Only to the end of the contract. And the people that were speaking that have none. They themselves are contractors. Yeah, and so it's just like, can you shut up? And have you ever noticed that women...
Don't let that put you off, Polly.
I just... It just hit me in such a way. It was... certain women in business mistake hostility for assertiveness.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
they
agree.
think them being rude and mean and bitchy is somehow being a leader.
Yeah.
Girls, it's not.
Yes.
It's not guys saying that you're a bitch, not a leader, because you stuck up for yourself. You just don't understand the difference between being a leader and being a bitch.
Well, these are invariably the women who refer to themselves as boss bitches.
Oh, yeah.
So they
think
are
of themselves as that.
completely
Yeah.
aware of what they're doing. You know.
Well, to show leadership, you can't let anyone walk over you or talk over you or deny you your voice. And yeah, that phrase gets used in academia all the time when they feel that they haven't, not that they're being talked over, they just haven't been able to fully express their thought. And they're like, oh, you're denying me my voice. And it's like, really? It's like, didn't you say what you said? By all means, go ahead then. The floor is yours. And then they end up just going in circles, repeating what they've already said. So reiteration and repetition. Like
I love how
the chorus of a
Spanish
song.
just denied you your voice.
Yeah, there's a difference between being assertive, dominant, and being bitchy and whiny. And women in leadership positions don't always understand that difference.
Yeah. Snippy, snotty, condescending judgment is being bitchy even when a guy does it. Have you not run into a shitty guy leader? I certainly have.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, they think coming down on someone and belittling them is showing leadership. And it's like, no, that makes that person hate you, and now they're going to be working against your efforts. They are now like an enemy within your own camp. Well done, smart guy. Way to inspire confidence and people to go out of their way for you. But
Yeah, the worst manager I ever worked for was a guy, and that was him. He did shit like that. He would put people down, do all that shit. And then finally, I had to mop up his mess one day again. And I told him, I was like, you got to stop doing this. He got fired not too long after that because they would look at the turnover rate. Like, corporate would look at the turnover rate at the store. And they were like, this is the highest store turnover rate in this district. So they let him go.
Pete Hunt has a... Isn't it fun to observe people getting fired? Like, it's like, wow, it was in the winds. I could almost see it coming, that kind of thing. Pete Hunt has a good point, though. I should set up a 30-minute meeting where I just like poly rant to keep them there for hours.
Oh yeah, yeah. You got like a PowerPoint presentation of Neil deGrasse Tyson.
And another thing that grinds my gears, and it's like, oh my god, we've been here for like 78 minutes. What the fuck? You said 30.
We've got an itinerary.
Yeah,
We've got point one.
the reference to the itinerary, which I had printed out in front of me, and I'm like, no, we've covered the things. It's just we were in the new business section, like what's to come up next, right? So that's free flowing and thus wide open exploitation for people to hear themselves talk, I guess.
Future planning,
Yeah.
otherwise known as horseshit.
Yeah. So, Sin, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing. I've had a day, and then it's going to get longer here in a bit because I got to do stuff with the kids in like an hour.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Sin's leaving early today, ladies and gentlemen. So there we are. Drunkle. Oh, Drunkle.
Oh, Polly.
How are you doing?
Against my better judgment, I'm existing. Yeah. I tell you, I'm right. I go to the pub yesterday. I know, surprise. But I like to read when I'm in the pub. You ever
I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
Fuck.
We both saw that for the first time the other day on Cocktail Hour. She laughed and laughed. And I'm like, you've got 2 cats. Why does the idea of striking your cat with food make you laugh so much? She's like, I don't know.
You fucking sadist.
Travis Gardner, thank you for the $3 in the Cat Smack. Male leadership is based on knowledge that the boss was where the worker was before. I don't tell people to do things that I wouldn't be unwilling to do myself. Oh, Travis Gardner, yeah. You know about the women, like there aren't enough women CEOs. They don't want to like become like junior vice president, CCO, and then CEO. No, it's just, why don't you hire me as CEO because I've got some business experience. It's like, it doesn't work that way. Oh, you sexist. It's like, yeah, you're not willing to do the work that other people are willing to do. You just want to be in charge of everyone.
Not only that, but every woman I have ever worked for, inevitably, because I was the lead, and so I would have to get my instructions from the manager, go out to give it to the people. They would give me instructions from their office, and I would have to go out back to the back room and go, okay, this is what we're doing. I have to do this stuff, then I'll be doing this stuff with you.
I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
Brittle-Boned Fuck donated $3. Penis.
All right.
Is that what it says?
That is all it says, yes. I thought, why all asterisks? Because that's what came up on screen, but then I look over at Streamlabs and it's penis. Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
Game of the
eventually they replaced her with a guy. So what he would do is he would come back to the warehouse, get everybody together and be like, okay, this is what we have to do. Sinatra's doing this stuff. I have to do this. And then when him and I are done, we're going to be coming back here to help you guys do the rest of this stuff. So women lead from the top, men lead from the front.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna file that one away for later use. That's not bad. Drunkle, you had a donation there?
Game of Levine threw $3 for the Ricky Spanish, saying no one asks where you're going when you take out the trash. That's because no one cares, Levine. No one cares. And Travis Gardner for the $3 says, thank you for sharing my photos. Means the world to me. Hey, no problem. Travis Gardner's been doing some photography. He's been putting up on his Twitter. Go and check it out. He's doing some rather good stuff.
What are his subjects, so to speak?
Well, there was like a close-up of a load of like writing implements. You had a bottle of ink and some fountain pens and shit.
Cool.
Fucking
Artsy.
everything's cooler in black and white.
Of course.
Of
course.
You got your little bit blurry as it goes further into the background. It's some real arty shit. Did the same thing the other night with a couple of liquor bottles as well, and I was like, that's awesome. That is like somewhere in England that is on the wall of a Wetherspoons already.
I want to eventually, whenever I find the time, I want to go to like abandoned places and do photography there.
Yeah. There is a subreddit called Abandoned Porn. You might like. There's some very freaky liminal shit on there, you know.
Yeah, man. There's an abandoned mall I think about an hour away from me that I would like to go check out. But the issue is I want to go into these places, but I don't want to run from the fucking cops. So who do I contact in order to say, hey, I'm going in here?
Right.
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, you know, you could also just like edge the law and just be like, I didn't know it was trespassing. I'm here as a photographer. Like, if you're not there in the middle of like drug trafficking, like, I mean, who cares, right? What's the worst that could
Yeah, I have
happen
a
to
camera and not a spray paint can.
you? Yeah, exactly. Paratrooper Kitten donated $4. Impact. Oh, speaking of donations, there's a new one, if you will. Go, yeah, at 1450. Grievous lightsaber error.
I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
Blackout 8879. Thank you for the $3. I'm about to do something I suggest no rational man should. A selfless act. Well, depending on who you're
All right,
doing
Jesus.
it for. Yeah, but I know. You bastard. You bastard, Blackout. How dare you? It's just to be cautious who you're doing it for. Other than that, no, man. Godspeed. Godspeed.
That's last night I was watching it was Ricky Gervais at the fucking Richard Dawkins Awards.
Okay.
You know the fucking he's one of the big old atheists. And the guy
Sure.
was like,
I know who he is, but he has awards?
yeah, he's never received one. He does the giving of the reward of the awards. I mean, it was really just a big old on-stage interview with him and Ricky Gervais, but it was very funny and very enlightening as well. Although some atheists are really up their own ass, like talk about persecution.
No, that's not true.
But
I have never
said,
seen
remember,
that. I just
It's like a vegan. Like, they're perfectly sociable people.
Gervais goes, remember, if you don't sin, Jesus died for nothing. I thought that was fucking excellent.
Nice. JK49, thank you for the $7. Worst manager I ever had would talk about how awesome it was, took credit for anything that went well, and blamed everything else when it went wrong. He was a fat, stupid douche, and I hope he dies soon. Whoa. That ended dark.
Does die soon. You're gonna feel really bad.
Yeah. Oh my. Or assume you have superpowers.
That too, yeah.
He thought a man to death.
Use donations responsibly.
Yeah. They may have magical powers we don't know. Gamer Valine, thank you for the $18. Always appreciated for the one-shot, two-shot. The military is now where men that forget about working their way up hold supervisory positions. The good supervisors that get their hands dirty are used to show what not to do. Yeah. How many military people ever heard that mediocrity gets promoted? Because people that are really good at their jobs, they don't want to promote them. They want them to stay where they are because they're really good at their jobs. And, and people that, absolutely suck get drummed out. Like, they end up, like, failing out. So who gets promoted? The mediocre people in the middle who kind of are not complete fuck-ups, but they're, I guess, what you could call competent, that kind of thing, but nothing more. So mediocrity gets promoted. Great. So when you look at the Joint Chiefs of Staff, those are the people that, weren't particularly fantastic at their job, but weren't complete fuck-ups. Great. If true. I'll come. Somebody at the 1450. I worked hard on it, and it's hilarious. Anyway, we've been yakking. Want to do some snooze?
Yes, sir.
So I was at the pub.
Oh, yeah, you were at the pub, right? Yes.
It's only a short one, but I'm outside. I'm having a smoke, and I'm reading my book. And it is a short one. This crackhead woman comes up to me. She's on the phone. She goes, hold on a second. She don't even hang up the phone. She goes, excuse me, mate. Oh, fuck, here we go. Can I ask you a favor? Oh, fuck. I just straight up went, I ain't got any money. Right? And she gets all fucking offended. She goes, I wasn't even going to ask you for money. I was going to ask you if you had a lighter. And I'm going, fuck off, were you? Because if you're going to ask someone for a lighter, you go, excuse me, do you have a lighter? You don't go, can I ask a favor? Can I use your lighter? She's walking off down the road fucking cussing and shit like that, like I was the asshole here. and then went and asked someone else for money. That's my story. It was a short one.
Well, you assumed wrong. Badly. I mean...
No, I was correct. She was offended at how correct I was.
Carefully says, "Oh, they aren't competent. They're just sucking someone's dick." Oh, it's just little nepotism, little favoritism. Yeah, I'm certain that never happens in the military. And for the first time in AAA history since I've been here, somebody expressed the opinion: no, more banter. Don't start the snooze.
No,
more banter.
That's
Joshua,
a typo.
yeah, Joshua Montgomery. Well, it's in caps. Yeah, suspicious, huh?
Yeah. Bot account.
Yeah, ban him.
Yeah, Josh Montgomery, you shit-posted bastard. No one believes you. No one. Not even me. And Pear to Bear. Pear to Bear shows up in the weirdest places that I do. I don't know what it is. I feel kind of stalked a little bit. I'm watching a random Sargon of Akkad stream on his old channel he doesn't even use anymore, responding to comment etiquette, Eric from comment etiquette. Remember that channel ever?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I guess I didn't realize he was still running. I was subbed at one point. I didn't realize I had unsubbed. I don't know. Maybe YouTube unsubbed me. That's probably what happened. But yeah, there's this thing going back and forth. Then I see Pear to Bear's name go up, and I'm like, how is it I keep running into this guy?
Oh! Oh, shit! That is why I'm so glad lightsabers aren't real.
A Travis Gardner for the 1450. I had a manager at an appliance store that was so bad. The only thing keeping me from committing a felony against him was the fact that he was carrying a gun. Yeah. Yeah, if you're going to be that kind of manager, come in armed.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay, snooze.
Right.
Jedi scum. Well, that lasted long. Best victory Obi-Wan ever had.
Oh, goodbye.
Right? Are you gonna watch the Obi-Wan show?
Me? I am, because I like Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. That's why I'm willing to give it a shot.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
Everyone does. I haven't seen any of Moon Knight yet, actually. I was really looking forward to that character, because Moon Knight is a very, very interesting character.
Damn right. Damn right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Underrated character, actually. And I'm hoping he gets treated right. I haven't seen any of the 2 episodes yet. Well, okay. Yeah, I got to go to perfectly legitimate sources online. I haven't done it yet. I've been busy. But yeah, I'm watching. That's going to be the first thing that I'm going to watch intently since Agent Carter. Because, Agent Carter.
Agent Carter, yeah. Moon Knight's interested though, because it's like, look, is he a superhero or is he just a schizophrenic? And you never really find out.
That's the best part. He doesn't know.
He really is though.
I mean, bring in like an actual psychological dimension to a character, and they have, and he's always been that way, and that's great. And they didn't ignore it for the Disney show. That's what I was the happiest about. It's like you went full on with it. You just didn't make him, because the criticism is that, oh, he's who's Moon Knight? Oh, he's Marvel's Batman. He's a guy in a cape with a cowl and a tight suit and runs around and beats up criminals. And I'm like, no, that's such a no. Yeah.
Apparently there was a bit of a fallout with the Turkish as well, because he mentions the Armenian genocide. And so a load of Turkish people started giving it 1 star, going, it's telling lies! Which is kind of fucked up in itself. However, I also did read that at one point someone mentions Avatar, The Last Airbender, and he goes, you mean the anime, right? Which anyone who likes that show will know exactly why that made me smile so much.
Oh, wait a minute, is it really pop culture quippy like that?
That's the what I say. I don't know if the Armenian genocide is what we could call pop culture.
No. I meant the Last Airbender.
That's the only reference I've heard. You know what I'm like? If it's something that I'm looking forward to watching, I avoid any trailers at all. But being on the internet, some things unfortunately do creep through.
That trailer got me super, super excited, which they rarely do, because it's kind of like, oh yeah, action sequence, we have to do what's right, something, whatever. And I cut this one down.
I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
Thank you, Blackout8879, for the $3, which reminds me, I need to reload more 300 Blackout. That was Red Dead Redemption quote. Tell me who said it, and a gift goes to the winner. That was a Red Dead Redemption quote.
What was a Red Dead? What? Nap, 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 nap.
You brittle-bone fuck?
Yeah, maybe.
It's 2/3 of a Sinatra word. Think about it.
I have.
For yous that were there for that particular piece of casual racism, that was kind of awesome.
Awesome. All right, so Sinatra words are awesome, and the Armenian genocide is pop culture. What else have we got tonight?
I can't help but feel that you're taking my statements out of context and realigning them in a really bad way that's making me not look so good.
If I were, that would be one thing, but I'm not. That's completely
I did
different.
not say the Armenian genocide was pop culture, because the second thing that you mentioned was in fact the pop culture reference. So the natural inference is that what is, you know, what are you talking pop culture references? You mean that terrible Zoom meeting you had? Because you talked about that in this conversation. Like, come on, you're moving along.
Come for the poly words, stay for the poly statements.
I declare, and I will not take it back. All right, here we are. Botched tree removal destroys Bellevue home. Okay. Now, a tree removal job went terribly wrong in Bellevue on Monday, sending a 140-foot Douglas fir tree crashing down into the home of some neighborhood. The neighbor who owned the tree told this news station he was hoping to get the tree cut down for free in exchange for the wood. It ended up with his neighbor's home getting destroyed. So, yeah, I read through
you
this.
didn't hire professionals, is what you're saying.
No,
here, then,
a guy put it up, if you read it, guy put out like a public list. It's like, I'll cut down free tree removal as long as I get to keep the tree. And guy was like, yeah, all right. And so he cuts down the tree and it destroys his neighbor home. You want to see?
Yeah.
All right, let's look.
Oh, God.
Like, when he said destroyed his home, he really meant like
holy shit!
Uninhabitable.
It severed it in twain.
Absolutely. Like, it just
Imagine that. You just sat there, you're watching Moon Knight, and then boom!
Yeah, look from above.
That's from above?
Yeah, look, like, just gone. The wood, the joists, torn like they were toothpicks, exposed insulation, the whole 9 yards.
Good God. I bet you're wishing you paid for a proper tree removal now, aren't you, mate?
Like, there's a fireplace in the background.
Damn it, I was talking that whole time and I was muted. Go back. Is that top down? I can't tell. It's very pixelated on my end.
It's not top down because there's quite clearly a mug on the counter there.
I thought
Unless the tree hit the kitchen so hard it reversed gravity.
The mug may be glued. You don't know.
I can't tell.
It's houses.
This is
I'm gonna fix it.
144p.
Calm down. I'm gonna fix it right now.
144.
Better for readability. Go
You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit.
There you go.
Whoa, boy.
Pain.
Yeah. Okay. So there we go. There's the first picture.
Oh my God.
Like, you own a home, Sinatra. Imagine you come home and there's like.
Oh, dude, I don't care at this point. I'm like, oh, sweet.
Insurance.
Right. And
they were cutting down my neighbor's tree and they fucked up a branch and it hit the power line or the phone line going to one of the houses and it bounced off and I was like, oof. Uh-oh.
Oh, well.
So you see the fireplace, whatever, quite literally, you're watching Moon Knight, then crash! I mean, imagine how fucking loud that was from any part of the house.
What do you even do with that? Like, can a house be totaled?
Oh, you buy a can of lighter fluid and a box of matches and you walk away. You walk away. There's nothing to be done. It's just... The guy take the wood and use it for fires. That's what the guy wanted, is originally, I'm assuming. From the...
He wanted... If you clean up my house, you get to keep the wood.
So drunk, I cannot get up.
A Sinatra question donated $2. Is it bad of me to say, quote, I would respect the Germans more if they pretended... Hold on.
You get that a little bit.
That is, okay. No. Okay. All right. That's fine. Is it bad of me to say, quote, I would respect the Germans more if they pretended the Holocaust didn't happen as aggressively as the Turks deny the Armenian genocide?
Yeah, I think it is as bad.
I see.
Well, it's clearly just like a cultural misunderstanding and Islamophobia to insist recognition of an actual fucking genocide. Okay, one more picture.
Getting a bit hot there, buddy. Getting hot.
Oof.
Look at that. Fucking hell.
Yeah, hell
I'm,
no.
I'm
See,
dead
I mean, like,
serious. Can a house can too much damage be done to it where it's not worth fixing it? Like that's gotta be a thing,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that house is a write-off, man. It's like a car that's missing both doors, the engine, all four tires, the steering wheel. Like, wants to fix.
You take it to the house scrapyard. Hopefully they'll give you $30 or something for it. This is a stark difference between American homes and British homes, though, you see, because it's wood and insulation going on here, not fucking like brick and mortar. Like our houses here are built for insulation because the weather is invariably shit. But also, if a tree fell into my flat right now, my flat would win.
The bricks
Well, you
would
think
stand.
that. You think that? I've seen a 2x4 go through a brick wall, dude. They're not as strong as you think.
Really?
That mortar
Remember,
is,
it was a 170-foot Douglas fir, and look at the girth on that fucker. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's not
Drunkle,
bad,
a
man,
brick house is not surviving that fall.
Maybe not your house. But mine's made out of stone anyway, not bricks. Stone.
Urtica asks, what the fuck is a Holocaust? It's a conflagration. Moving on.
It's a type of Zoom meeting. That is some fucking unwarranted destruction on the tree's part, though.
It's a large, highly destructive fire, a conflagration. That's what a Holocaust is a very large destructive fire.
Okay.
Yeah. Moving along. Group robbed, detained, stripped naked, and forced to hug, Crown claims.
I didn't expect the end.
Yeah, it takes a fun twist, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh god, what are they gonna do? Oh, actually, it's all right.
But it's not, though. A group of people who allegedly robbed, threatened, assaulted, and detained, with 2 of them stripped naked and forced to hug after trying to buy some cannabis.
Oh, no, don't do drugs, kids. Drugs lead to hugs.
Okay, so like a gang of people who I'm not going to name off were on trial in High Court in Hamilton, and this is in New Zealand this week, facing 4 charges of aggravated robbery related to the theft of wallets, cell phones, and clothing, but not weed. They also face 4 charges of kidnapping, while Avery faces additional charges of assault using a knife as a weapon. Knife control now in New Zealand. Munford faces 2 additional charges of assaulting using a hammer as a weapon, threatening to kill, injuring with intent to injure. Injuring with intent to injure?
Injure, death with intent to kill.
I mean, I guess there's injuring without intent, like accidental injury, I guess.
I feel like that should be annotated more than injury with intent.
Yeah.
Is that just assault?
And demands with menaces property belonging to another victim with intent to steal it. That's the name? Menaces property belonging to another victim with intent to steal it.
I'm just saying, this would be a very, very different beginning to the Terminator movies, Give me your clothes, your motorcycle, and your physical affection.
On January 16th, 4 complainants,
Aww.
together with his girlfriend and 2 others, organized to buy some cannabis off of a friend in exchange for pay safe and to top up cards. One of the female complainants took photos of the cards and sent it over to their friend named Rome. After not hearing from him, the group decided to drive to the house in a place. On arrival, they described Rome wasn't there. And they
sacked.
I was about to crack some.
Well, it wasn't built in a day, man.
Yeah. They
Yes, come on, one more. We got one more. Come on.
Well, they just took some roads because all roads lead to Rome. And he wasn't
all
there.
roads lead to Rome. The folly, no.
I don't know. You said one more.
The
there it
effort
is.
was there, man.
The box is checked. Let's move on, for God's sake. Okay.
You know, I did see something the other day. They're like, do you consider what's going on in America right now equal to the fall of Rome? And the first fucking comment was like, no, Rome had good roads.
Woof.
Fair play.
Oof. And concrete that could harden underwater. You got to give those imperialist bastards credit for that.
Yeah,
I
they
do.
weren't getting fucked up by trees.
Now there's something a tree might bounce off of. A solid block of concrete.
Underwater.
Mm-hmm. They spoke to Mumford, whoever that was, and he would pass on the blah, blah, blah. So, arguments ensued. Feeling uncomfortable with what happened, one of the female complainants made up cards unusable and again tried to contact Rome. A few hours later, during the early hours of the 17th, the group went back to the place. Went back to Roto Curry? So you flew to Japan? Property to see if Rome had any cannabis for them. They alerted them that they were on there. Man, this is a... Okay, when does the hugging occur? Avery and Waters reset their cell phones while Munford continued Clasper where Rome was. If Rome's not here, man. Rome then dragged Clasper out of the car and into the house. The other three complaints were also taken out of the house and put in a bedroom where they had pillowcases put over their heads and were told to sit on their hands facing the wall. While in the other room, the complainants were assaulted and threatened and accused. Munford had a hammer and used it to assault them while continuing to ask where Rome was. Munford asked how much money they...
It's in Italy!
Southern Italy, leave me, stop hitting me with the hammer, it hurts. Munford threatened to hurt them. Hadn't he already hit them with the hammer? And their families, while Clasper came up with a plan to drive Mumford to an ATM machine, which he agreed to. He drove erratically to a number of petrol stations in hopes of being stopped by police. They eventually stopped and blah, 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 blah. The complaint was all... Okay, Munford continued to berate and threaten them and used the handle of the hammer to hit him. The complaint was also burned on his inner thigh. With what?
The best side of the...
Yeah, Munford was angry, returning empty-handed, and Clasper suggested ringing his mother to bring them money. Okay, they argued Clasper told them they needed $500 for their lives. Clasper's mother tried to deposit the money unsuccessfully. However, suggested that she drive to the Hamilton Zoo where Avery and Clasper's girlfriend would meet, passing the money through a window. Jesus Christ. This is the worst movie ever.
I'd still watch it.
Harold and Kumar go to the New Zealand Zoo. It's just nonstop comedy of fuckery errors. One female accused...
Antics ensue.
Yeah.
Why would you get your mother involved? He's already said that he threatened to hurt them and their family as well. So he's going, I'll hit you with this hammer. I'll hit your fucking mum with this hammer. Wait, I got any money? Can you call your mum? No problem, mate. Yeah, I'll just call my mum after you threatened to hit her with a hammer, and she'll deposit some money. What the fuck is going on? And then they met him at a zoo. What's going on? Is this real?
Well, the prosecutor, the Crown prosecutor in New Zealand apparently thought so. The complainants drove to Clasper's parents' house and called the police. The accused were later arrested that day after being found at the property where the vehicle that they had used was registered. Clasper, who now lives in Taupo, was the first to take the stand this morning. Okay, where does the hugging happen?
The end of the trial.
About 5 minutes after the accused car rushed up to the driveway, they were accosted by a man who the Crown alleges is Mumford, who Clasper said punched him in the face after being upset that neither the top-up nor the pay-safe cards were working. He said they were... what are you talking about? $500, you fucking guys.
I'm no weed.
And no hugs. You got the money, there's been a transaction, you proceeded to get high. You can say what you like, Clasper responded, refuting all of Bean's claims, saying that they were hostage that night. Clasper said if the property wasn't stolen by Mumford, then why was it found by the police in his car? The Crown still will call 17 witnesses, including 5 complainants throughout the week.
I don't know, man, because you got a lot of fucking Mudford and Son, Rome, Clasper the Unfriendly Ghost, and someone called Bean.
Okay, here we go. 2 of the women who were told to wait in the kitchen, and Mumford, instructed Clasper,
Good.
who was sitting
Finally.
with his friend sitting with his friend on the bedroom floor, to strip out of his clothes and sit on his hands again. One of the female accused then told his friend to also strip out of his clothes before telling them both to hug each other.
I
Len-
don't know what's going on.
She had a yaoi fetish, and why not indulge it now? I mean, I've already gone this far. We've kidnapped people. I've got 2 nude guys in the room.
And a hammer.
And a hammer. And they got to do what I say. And I really love my yaoi manga. I don't
See
know.
how we make.
Gay storylines.
It's gay, yeah.
What's the lesbian one?
Wowie.
What?
You know what? It might be. I don't know.
Well, it is
Genuinely
now,
could be,
is
though.
what I'm saying. It is now.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Moving along. Cape Cod officials warn of outdoor shower fire danger.
Wait, I already forgot what the gay one was called. Yowie?
Yowie.
Yeah.
And Wowie is the lesbian. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
Well, it is
Yuri.
now.
Thank you, chat. Yuri is the lesbian one.
4 people in the chat. Jesus Christ, guys.
Okay, again, just going to pass this one by you. Cape Cod officials warn of outdoor shower fire danger.
Shower,
Okay.
what? Shower fire?
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Like, how?
Like a meteor shower or
No.
a
Water
cleansing
shower. Water shower. Like if you have a cabin, you got an outdoor shower. Common thing, right? You got a little cabin in the woods. They have outdoor showers and whatnot because that's how the plumbing works and whatnot. Okay, there are some on Cape Cod who say there's nothing better than an outdoor shower on a nice day, but authorities in one town are warning one aspect of the outdoor shower setup can prove dangerous, especially in early spring. You ready to find out how you can start a fire with a shower?
The way this shit is written as well, it's like a fucking, a news segment on TV. Coming up next, how your kids could have cancer. Stay tuned after the break.
Right?
Like, just fucking tell us what's going on with the shower fire, for God's sake.
The fire department recently sent a Facebook post that they responded to multiple fires that have started in outdoor showers over the years. And the cause is often, quote, a shower mirror that reflects the sun into the side of the house. The springtime angle of the sun and warmer temperatures causes the problem. Quote, if you have a mirror in your outdoor shower, make sure it isn't hanging in a way that it allows the sun to reflect off the mirror into the wood of the enclosure of your house.
Oh, see, now that actually makes perfect sense.
See, I honestly thought like outdoor water heater, natural gas, coal, heating oil.
You went the logical route, didn't you?
Yeah,
That's
right.
the problem here.
Not like, burning ants with a magnifying glass on a much larger scale.
Yeah. Outdoor shower, though, eh?
Yeah.
I mean, if the weather's right, that sounds quite appealing.
And depending on how your neighbors are, extra appealing, especially if you have binoculars. Drunkle, that's terrible. Why did you say that?
It was in Minecraft.
Moving along. New York mob hitman Dominic Toledo caught after escaping federal custody. Okay.
Yes.
Damn it.
Yeah, this is...
Damn,
Obviously,
really?
you read this as well, right? Fucking, how did we all read the same thing? This isn't his first time either, is it?
No, it's not. U.S.
He's
Marshal.
actually got a long history of
Yeah, and
this.
it's the timing of his latest escape that's like, what, really? Toledo 64 was apprehended without incident in Miami-Dade County around 11 a.m. In February, officials say he was transferred from a medium security prison to Sumter, Florida, California, county, or whatever, to a halfway house in Orlando. He was scheduled to be there until February 2023. On March 28th, Toledo failed to return from a previously authorized medical appointment and was placed on escape status by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, according to some people. He pleaded guilty in 92 to the shooting deaths of 3 people in 82 and 83, and was also twice attempted to fatally shoot a mob leader, plotting to kill another mob figure, according to other people. There's a newspaper called Democrat and Chronicle.
Yeah, it sounds like a crime-fighting duo, really, doesn't it?
Well, they're also kind of just putting it right out there, right? I wish,
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah, CNN, Democrat and Progressive. Like, just call your channel that. Just come right out with it. It's fine. We chronicle things from a democratic lens. Like, yeah, all right. I can't hold it against you.
Breakfast radio show, Honker and the Waffle.
Yeah, right.
But instead, it's Democrat and the Chronicle.
He had been there nearing the end of several prison sentences for a string of convictions, including illegal weapons possession, racketeering, and conspiracy in connection with the killing and the attempted homicides, according to 1992 archives. He admitted in court the crime organization known as La Cosa Nostra. People still screw that up. It's just Cosa Nostra, guys. It just means like our thing or our house. So it's the our thing. No, The law is completely superfluous and unnecessary, and people still keep doing it. No mobster has ever said on a wiretap La Cosa Nostra. It's just Cosa Nostra because our thing, our house, not the our house.
People still say PIN number, even though the N in PIN means number.
Yeah.
Personal identification number.
No, I hear you. But, yeah.
People are idiots, is what I'm saying.
Yes. La Cosa Nostra, or the Mafia, has been operating in New York. Okay, now you're just way off the subject. To clarify the motion, Taddio's latest escape was not the first time he's been on the run, according to the Democrat and Chronicle on their morning show. In 1987, facing federal weapons charges, he disappeared while out on bail and was found 2 years later after a national manhunt, the newspaper reported.
2 years on the lam, man.
Yeah.
Fucking hell. So, surely at this point, it's just like, oh, Taddio's escaped again. And the guy's like, the fuck's...
What point do you start rooting for him?
But that is a great question.
and to me, it's like, who are the 2 guys that he whacked out? Like, were the guys that, just pissed somebody off and he's not exactly sure why? Like, the order just came down, so he went and did it? Or were they, like, stealing, thieving scumbags that had it coming?
Yeah, like forcing people to hug.
Woman. The sadist. That's who should be in jail and attempting to go on the run. I mean, how's that not what would that be? Forcing 2 people to have sex under duress. What charge is that?
Double rape?
Sounds like something they did in Rome. Unironically.
Yeah.
The hammer-wielding harlot.
Hammergate. Okay, moving along.
Alamo out there shelling the Streamlabs links. Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you, Alamo. Greatly appreciated. I hate when I miss that because Alamo does the Lord's work, and it's... Yeah, thank you. Fire truck stolen from a St. Francois County department.
Francois.
Francois. Francois County, Missouri. A fire truck was stolen from the Park Hills Fire Department early Monday. The department wrote on Facebook that the theft of a 1986 red Chevy brush truck happened just before 5 a.m. The department says that it has a light bar installed on it, but it was not hooked up. Both doors on the truck have Park Hills Fire and Rescue on them. I went and looked at like these things are fucking huge. These trucks.
Yeah, how are you losing that?
Well, what asshole steals this in Missouri? This was a meth thing, wasn't it?
It's gotta be.
Fucking Ron Cadillac could steal it because Ron Cadillac is fucking epic.
I mean, when you look at like the trucks of this size and like of this general time period, it's like there's an 86 GMC, like it's a big old fucking thing, and it's got Missouri Fire Department. I forget the name of the place. Why would you steal this? It had to be a meth escapade prank. No,
maybe someone thought it was just like an ice cream van
with fire on the side of it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, you can have fire showers.
Why not? Why not flaming ice cream?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like this is the kind of thing that you would really like retrieve again. Maybe 20 minutes later, it's quite difficult to hide one of these things.
Yeah, where do you put it? You don't just park it in the woods. People are going to see it. The whole thing's painted bright fucking red purposefully. Nah.
The ball's on some people.
Well, or the Swiss cheese brains on some meth heads.
I don't. They haven't been caught yet. I'm just saying.
Yeah, obviously they're a little more sly than I'm willing to give them credit for. Right?
Keep an eye on this one, Polly. I'm interested. Like when they do find it, and they will,
Right?
because it's bright fucking red and huge. I'm interested in if they were meth heads. And the motivation behind it as well.
Speaking of drugs and whatnot, look at this.
Ooh.
It's a benzedrine inhaler from the 1940s.
Wow.
They had these. This was a thing. And people wonder why I want to live in the live in the 1940s. I want a benzedrine inhaler. It's like, oh, I'm feeling a little down. I think I need a pick-me-up. Oh, yeah. It's an amphetamine derivative. Benzedrine is a brand name for a certain type of amphetamine salt solution. And this one comes with it's cotton inside of it. I was reading about it. That's soaked with a liquid form thereof. If you leave the cap off, it fucks it. Where can I get these?
I love the idea because nowadays you'd be like, oh, I got a fucking cold, my nose is blocked, I feel shit. Whereas back then you're like, oh boy, I've got a cold, I feel shit. Crack out the inhaler.
Yeah, I mean, it's benzedrine. It's not like, oh, I need a little pick-me-up. Let's go for a little Bolivian marching powder here. And really, it's mostly just, speed or NutraSweet or salt or whatever the bath salts.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows? It's like, no, I want to go to a store and buy a benzedrine inhaler. What's the problem? Fucking hopheads. That's the problem. People who take it too far. That's why I can't get Quaaludes. Disco fucking hopheads. I'm trying to sleep at night with the most effective medication ever introduced to market to help with insomnia, but a bunch of disco fucking drug freaks decided to turn it into a fucking sex weirdo fucking disco thing, and all of a sudden, oh no, we have to ban it. And now I have to deal with over-the-counter fucking sleep medication that gives you a drowsiness for the next 36 hours.
Wolf of Wall Street was a hell of a movie.
It was. But still.
But this photo suggests that someone has still got some of these somewhere.
Well, yeah, I mean, the containers, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, in Minecraft, they've still got some of these. Otherwise, yeah, they're just avid collectors of old school containers.
Polly, okay. I mean, it's a miracle we live this long as a species. I don't think so. It's just a little pick-me-up. What's the problem? I don't see an issue here.
Well, no, you go back to like fucking medieval medicine. Someone would be like, oh, fucking, I got my foot's aching, and they're like, ah, yeah, you got demons in your blood.
Right.
You should do cocaine about it.
Oh, wait, what?
Because that's what medieval medicine was like, that, mate. They're like, you got a headache. That means you got too much blood in your body. So just bleed into this fucking pan. You'll feel better later. There's a mate of mine yesterday. He got a trapped nerve. He got it that day, right? But then I've told you about the witch, this woman at the pub, right? Who'll just trail off and start praying under her breath. And he goes, oh yeah, I got a trapped nerve here. And she goes, oh, is that by the T7 or the T8? And I went, whoa. Okay, so she's talking vertebrae here, thoracic spine,
she
right?
Knows
7th
no
and 8th
stuff.
vertebrae. She knows no stuff, right? And he goes, oh, I don't know. Just turns around and she goes, oh, do you know what you should do? Go to the church and get it blessed because that could be witchcraft.
What?
Right?
Almost, lady, almost.
We all just looked at each other like, oh, man, she drew us in so well.
Trimble, thank you for the $7. And it's not about the marksmanship, it's about the melody. Jeez, people. Trimble, thank you for the $7. I love otters in Minecraft.
What's wrong with
Can you get
actual
otters?
otters?
Yeah, everyone loves
You get
otters.
otters in Minecraft.
They're adorable. Look how adorable we are when we're not scowling with a surly face.
Yeah. Even Surly, you're still cute.
Look at his little suit.
Are you working 9 to 5?
Okay, so besides me bringing up random drugs I can't get anymore and my dismay over that,
You all right, man?
Yeah, I'm doing all right.
He sounds really bummed about it.
He does.
I am. No Benzedrine, no Quaaludes. Why are all the best drugs that could, like, prescription drugs from a doctor, why are they all banned? Because, you know, fucking hopheads had to ruin it up for everyone.
Ruining hugs for us as well now.
Yeah. A hug with your
So
mom,
that's
and
not
you're thinking like, oh my god, two naked guys were forced to perform yaoi in front of some weirdo bitch with a hammer. Like it.
Oh God, don't do. I'm seeing my mum tomorrow. When I hug her goodbye, that is exactly what I'm going to think. Now, you bastard.
Okay, so this memo came out, right? This is it. It's old, and the short version of the story is that somebody told the FBI that there were aliens in Roswell in 1947. There you go.
I'll say flying saucers. Fucking hell.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, we all knew that already, didn't we?
Yeah.
It's in Futurama.
Not even Futurama. There was fucking aliens, guys. They had aliens. Shocking.
There was also the show Roswell.
And X-Files.
Yeah.
An investigator for the Air
Flying
Force
saucer.
stated that there were so-called flying saucers that had been recovered in New Mexico. They were described as being circular in shape with raised centers approximately 50 feet in diameter. Each one was occupied by 3 bodies of human shape, but only 3 feet tall. 3 weebos?
Midgets.
Huh. Dressed in metallic cloth of a very fine texture. Each body was bandaged in a manner similar to a blackout suit used by speed flyers and test pilots.
Does say sweet as well. Not even suit. That does say. What do you think? Typo? Do they mean suit?
Probably suit.
Well, no, there's a suite of
that
equipment.
could be an S.
At any rate, that is what we're going to try to do.
You tell him, Steve Dave. Thank you for the $3.50 bi-weekly paycheck donation. Because who doesn't like a good Churchill Babble? No one. No one. Everyone likes a Churchill Babble. Thank you, Steve Dave. Very, very much appreciate it. Oh, and I'm sorry. Pin King. Thank you. Pin King. Thank you for the dollar. Man Steals Bridge is a story about a man stealing a 58-foot pedestrian bridge.
Is that at the end?
What do you mean?
That it sounded like you were going to say more.
Well, dude, I could read the story. I will, if you'd like.
I think you should.
Okay, I will. Thank you very much, Pin King. It's really hard not to say Kingpin. Like, I've read comics for so long, it's really hard to say that name. So yeah, there you go, Sin.
Fuck Sinatra.
I pay for your food, you
You
brittle-boned
Brittle-boned
fuck.
fuck.
Darth Mando, thank you for the $3. The good old days when Coke had cocaine in it. That's what I'm saying. Everything has gotten far less cool.
Yeah.
I mean, the only way to
even
get these things now is to be a Holly weirdo. Where you have like scumbag scab doctors that will write you a script for whatever you want and write a lot of scripts for themselves too.
Why else do you become a doctor in Hollywood?
But yeah, have you ever noticed that when like a Holly weirdo, like a Hollywood actor will die or some producer will die and it's not immediately clear what they died of. And then toxicology report comes out from the medical examiner and they had 4 or 5 different medications of varying amounts in their bloodstream. Of like uppers, downers, anti-anxiety, depressants, hallucinogens. Like, it's like, holy shit. And
the word often used is cocktail.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like trace amounts of this stimulant and that and whatever. And it's like, just, yo. It makes you wonder how Belfour, the character of Wolf of Wall Street, like, how have your organs not failed you?
Well, yeah, they all died pretty young, too. They fucking cardiac arrest and shit.
Mm-hmm. I mean, especially
Like,
your
body
kidneys
cannot
processing
sustain.
all that shit. You know what I mean?
Kidney and liver's just fucked beyond repair. And people love blaming drinking on old people liver failure. Nah, man, it's this shit. Like, livers can metabolize alcohol. They can't metabolize cocktails of fucking drugs.
Livers are fucking awesome. I think like once every 7 years, it's like a completely new liver.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I think so. Like, replaces itself.
Yeah.
Then why does cirrhosis of the liver continue on? Because the person keeps drinking?
Because some people
Yes.
are awesome, Polly.
Dave Steve, tell you, thank you for the $1.99. What the fuck is going on with that ratio chat? You see that surly Otter? That look of pure disgust at your ineptitude? Fix your shit before I hang you from a goddamn meat hook, fuckers.
Ooh.
Come on, you're not a girl with a yaoi obsession and a hammer. Chill out, man. It's fine.
Like a fucking Dead by Daylight monster.
Yeah, oh, this is depressing.
Oh!
No, it's not good. An increasingly popular solo weddings in Japan, and this is her pictures of her solo wedding that she took. Thanks, BBC.
It's just a pity party.
Yeah. At the rate of marriage declines in Japan, quote, solo weddings have become increasingly popular option for single women to celebrate their youth and independence.
Doesn't seem like celebrating, does it? It seems like lamenting it more than anything.
Yeah. In Japan...
I mean, Japan is weird like that, though, Polly.
Yeah, but models have done that, too. We've done that on AAA, where it's like this stupid bitch married herself, and like, she's standing in front of a church.
Married
and
a
it's
tree, married a blanket.
Yeah.
The ghost of a pirate. That
Yeah.
one woman who married a chandelier as well and tried to sue the newspaper because they wrote a headline about her that said dim and dimmer.
In Japan, with Sue Perkins, comedian Sue Perkins meets solo bride Rena,
Not comedian.
who prepares for a glamorous photo shoot that will commemorate her official dedication, not to a spouse, but to herself. If that isn't like the way you... Oh, nice.
Scream.
Where's the scream from, Polly?
I want to say...
Is it Scarface?
No, it's not Scarface. I will tell you, I've got to do a show. Like, I don't know, on Noir Bar one time. It wouldn't work on AAA, but I'll show you the amount of time it took me to do that because it's completely dead. I didn't want the music in the background. So all those sound effects were recreated by me. So Jedi Scum, I had to find the dialogue of Sith without any of the music or sound effects to get Grievous saying Jedi Scum. And then the again is just the sound effects, but quadrupled up. And there are 15 lightsaber noises all in sequence. There's 15 different individual audio layers for each lightsaber igniting. And then the whoosh noise, again, the lightsaber noise pulled off of YouTube. And then the scream is actually from somebody cutting out the final scene of, the end of Star Wars A New Hope, when they destroy the Death Star and they're getting their medals. Somebody's like, this is the final scene without any of the audio included.
Oh, no.
And there's the point where Chewbacca turns to the side and roars and they all turn straight. It's that scream that the person just put over top for comedic effect.
All of that work went into it, and we've only seen it twice. That's criminal.
Yeah. And then an explosion noise with glass falling for all his armor and metal parts because he just sliced himself into a million pieces, spinning 15 lightsabers. Okay, Gamer Feline, thank you for the 1450. Judy Garland was on a rotation of uppers and downers at her peak to keep her peppy for The Wizard of Oz and such. It's probably why Liza had that lisp and married a bunch of gay men.
What?
Are we talking about Liza Minnelli?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't.
E to the dubs.
It's Polydub. I'm not savage.
Screaming, bro.
Maybe it's a habit. Trimble, thank you for the $25. Make drunkle lines. Please apologize very nicely for me, your surliness. Oh, we're not going to do the limes. Drunkle didn't do anything.
Oh, really?
No, we're not going to do the limes. It's
Hashtag blessed.
for today. We won't do the limes for today. It's I appreciate it, Trimble, but you know what? We will replay. Which donation do you want more? The Xanakin Skywalk or fucking Xanax, another drug I can't get.
Mate, what? I can get Xanax.
No, I can't. My doctor's approved. He's like, you don't need that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mate,
but
I've
I
got
want
a shit
it.
ton of Xanax.
Yeah, and it's like,
love
but
Xanax.
I'm really stressed out, doc. I can't sleep. I need to and I'm like, you're the guy who officially wrote off on my diagnosis as an insomniac after I went to the sleep clinic. What do you mean I don't need it?
Do you want me to send you some Xanax?
And you know, you know
no
what?
felonies on
In
stream.
Yeah,
Minecraft,
right.
in Minecraft, I'll just make...
You know what he actually said to me after that? All jokes aside, have you tried drinking chamomile tea before bedtime?
My doctor
fuck
says that
off.
shit too.
I'm like, you motherfucker. Like,
Prescribing me tea?
Can I break a Xanax up in it? Is that?
Fucking Jeff in the chat says, what was his name? David Guest. That guy, that dude looked fruity. That, yeah, Liza Minnelli's husband. There was a very, very long time ago, back on Facebook, a friend of mine wrote a Facebook status saying, I haven't seen David Guest in a while. I'm not complaining. If anything, I'm happy about it. And I went and I changed my fucking Facebook name and my profile picture to David Guest and replied to it going, well, I'm not exactly your biggest fucking fan either, buddy. And he got a fucking phone call from his mum that evening going, Chris, he's replied.
Gamer Valine, Liza Minnelli is Judy Garland's daughter, and you look at her husband all the time. Yeah, they were Broadway gay.
That was. I saw some people saying that in chat. Kyle and Golf and Guns say that. I did not know that Liza Minnelli was Judy Garland's daughter. I did not know that.
Neither did I until a moment ago.
How do I look at her all the time?
She was in Arrested Development.
Liza Minnelli?
Yep.
Oh, I've never watched it. So, but that's interesting. Though. But she must have been
Oh,
quite
mate, you
old
should.
by that point, though.
Oh,
mean,
yeah,
she's
of course.
old
She's
now.
old. But she was opposite, Julia Walters, fucking Mama Archer, who is, I mean,
One of
people
my
say women
favorites.
can't be funny, but this woman was. She absolutely slayed me.
Yeah, thank you, Valine.
See, Turkey girl, you keep saying things like that. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's like you don't understand the impact of your words and the way that they're going to be perceived. It's weird. And just think about this for a second. Good doctor, he clearly knows you're an addict. But if I don't have the drug, how could I possibly be addicted to it?
Yeah, let
Right.
him be an addict.
Oh, no.
And
then you say things like that. Like, I don't understand. Is it to get attention? Because if it is, it's the wrong kind of attention. I just don't get it.
Drink some chamomile tea.
Yeah. Because and what pisses me off, okay, is chamomile tea is relaxing because it's got a nice kind of aptly little thing. And if you're into uncaffeinated teas, whatever you want to call them, herbal teas, yeah, okay, I guess it's nice. And it does smell nice. I'll give you that. My girlfriend, she used to drink it all the time. But it's not a sedative.
It's awful infused in vodka.
Right, yeah. But valerian root is an actual herbal sedative. He didn't even recommend me an actual herbal sedative, you know?
I could sell you some herbal sedatives if you want me.
I could just buy herbal sedatives. They're not... Fuck, Drunkle.
Then go and buy. I was talking
No,
about
there's a whole...
cannabis,
There's a
sir.
whole...
But if you want some, then I'm going to have to force you and Sinatra to hug first.
Here, Polly.
There's a whole bunch of over-the-counter... tea.
I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
Travis Gardner, thank you for the $3. My doc just said, here's Klonopin and temazepam. See which one works. Oh, man.
That's a doctor, that is.
Right? Like, not even like the prescription, just like the sample packs that doctors get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a whole fuck ton of over-the-counter sleep medications that are different drugs. You just read on the side of the bottle what it actually is, right? And some people use like Tylenol PM or whatever, or any drug that causes drowsiness, like antihistamine medication uses drowsiness. Dude, they all leave me with a hangover, like meaning tired and out of it. So no, I can't really use any of them. And I refuse to drink myself to sleep. So yeah, I just live with insomnia. It's great. Great.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, no, it's not. But what But since Trimble didn't get limes, I'm going to replay the Grievous lightsaber error again, because I just like it. I gotta cut that down shorter. I thought I left it long enough. Melatonin works really well. Yeah, it petered off for me. You guys ever take melatonin? It worked for like a couple of months, and then it had diminishing returns to the point where it wasn't doing anything. And I did some reading, and that's common as fuck, which is sad. I guess cycle
build
back
up
on.
a really strong tolerance to it.
Yeah.
I've tried it, but my issue was not falling asleep. I can fall asleep fine. And this is where melatonin doesn't work for me. I can't stay asleep. And once you've fallen asleep, the melatonin...
Oh, sweet.
They don't believe you.
What?
What's he saying?
Says that it's wrong for one man to own all this. He says you should share it with all the people.
This is America. We don't share land here.
I remember the first time this played, Drunkle, you said, well, now you're just jerking yourself off, aren't you? And
I still think that.
I'm like, yes. Yes, I
Yes, I
am.
That's why I responded with the fucking Great British Bungee Dunk. Look, if he's gonna have a bit of patriotism, then I'm gonna have a bit of patriotism as well, in biscuit in tea form.
Dude,
So,
I
no,
have the
I'll
best
take it back
patriotic
now.
one. Sorry, I have the best patriotic one.
Okay.
1776, man.
Oh. Yeah. 1776 will commence again. That one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I don't
pretty
know,
fucking
man.
good.
I'm just saying, like, mine is breaking the world record for the bungee jumping from 7,000 feet and dunking a biscuit into a cup of tea. Like, do you know how much accuracy that takes?
I mean, it's
7,000 that was over a mile.
It's impressive.
Yeah, something like that.
It's impressive and very British, patriotic. The reason why I think that this is like more, I would argue, it's more Americana because okay, he is just going about his day, and then sees a bunch of fucking commies on his property.
Turkey Slurpee.
Sees a bunch of commies on his property about to get killed by a bear and walks out there and tries to tell him, look, I own all this. Get off my land. And they're like, you shouldn't own all this. You should share with it. And his first reaction is, okay, I'm going to cock this gun and fire it. Get the fuck off my land. Like, just in his course of action, he's being American. I love it.
Now I understand where you're coming from here, but of course we don't, we don't have the same guns, the same, the legislation that you have over there. So this guy aggressively dunked a biscuit into a cup of tea from 7,000 feet. But what I'm saying, look, now I've got a British fucking circle jerk, so that's cool. I'm over it.
Yeah. Polytrazodone, trust me.
I pay for your food, you brittle-boned fuck.
I actually, my doctor did give me the little box sample of trazodone, and it gave me restless legs. You guys ever had that when you're trying to sleep, restless leg syndrome?
When I'm trying to
Maybe.
sleep,
I don't know.
no.
No? Some people have it when they have low magnesium, I think it is. It's horrible. It's horrible. It's a restlessness where you just can't stop moving while you're trying to fall asleep. You feel the need to move constantly. It's horrible.
Yeah. I've had that with anxiety, because it's like in your head, the video game boss music is playing, but physically there's not actually enemies around. So you're amped up, and yeah. So
That's
I've
when you
done
have
the
to
leg
try to
shakes,
fast travel and see if you can move. And if you can't.
All right, let me run
Cannot
these off.
sleep when monsters are nearby.
JK49 for the big $40. Sincerely appreciated, sir, with the, this is my fucking land, you commie. Here's a little something to help with the upcoming violation by the tax man. Yeah. See, I say I'd love to put it all towards a microphone, and I will be parsing it out, but like the tax man cometh, yo. Like, Sin, you know what it's like. Drunkle, you know what it's like. When
Yeah.
you're operating a private business, which means you have to hold back a bunch of your money because you know the tax man cometh, and it's...
Dude, I've had a mattress on the floor of my bedroom for about a year now, right? Because my old bed frame was just fucked. I got rid of that. I was like, okay, cool. And there was a bed frame at IKEA that was a good color. It was a fucking good material and everything, but they didn't have it. So I was like, okay. Signed up for a whole thing that when it comes in stock, they will send me a text. Wicked. Now, it was because my rent went up by about fucking £125.
The last public opinion poll I saw showed Congress had an approval rating at about 9%. By contrast, Muammar Gaddafi had an approval rating at 13%, and his own people dragged him in the streets and killed him.
Fuck. That's been a minute.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah.
How are you all wrong on patriotism?
Banging music.
Literally being in Congress saying the heads should roll.
I forgot I had that one. Fucking, you remember my shit better than I do. Thank you, Valine. That's very generous.
She is a good girl. She's the best girl.
Oh,
April the 1st of this month is when everything like energy prices went up 56%. This is across Britain as well. People are pissed off. They called it April Cruels Day, right? And so everything got exponentially more expensive. I mean, everything. And that was the day that I got the text message saying, hey, that bed is now in stock. I'm like, great. I can't fucking afford it now, though. Thanks, IKEA, you asshole.
Real quick, just kind of a side note. Can we, like, as a whole, stop letting corporations get involved in April Fool's Day? It's so lame.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
It's really cringe.
Remember the meme, Silence Brand? Like, that's how I feel about that.
Yes.
It's like, just fuck off.
Yeah.
Like, I even saw Twitter doing it. They're like, oh, yeah, we're working on the edit button. Like, you're funny.
Fucking yeah. Every fucking year. You're not funny.
Yeah. So let me just read these off. So again, JK, thank you for the big 40. Much appreciated. Pat, thank you for the $13 because it hasn't happened yet. Everybody loves seeing Turkey Slurpee.
It's true.
Yeah. Darth Mando, thank you for the $3. I like trazodone and 2 types of melatonin. That is to just get me sleep in emergencies. When I can't sleep at all, I go to lorazepam to help knock me out. Ever since I spent a month in a hospital, I don't sleep. Yeah, I've tried sleeping in those elevated beds. You know, people buy those elevated beds. You see them like on like advertised on CNN because it's all like, you know, octogenarians watching. Yeah.
It's the same thing with Fox. It's all like catheters.
Right. Yeah. Do you have mesothelioma? Like,
it's actually weird. I was watching the Sci-Fi Channel the other day, right? Because it was, oh, what's that? Star Trek Voyager? Yeah, put that on. Now, I don't normally watch TV, so like when it comes to ad breaks, I've not seen a fucking ad in a very long time. But this is like fucking, 6 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. I had the anxiety. It was all sad, right? And all it was adverts for getting your will updated and charities for cats. And I was more depressed after that.
Jesus Christ. That Darth Mando, I know what you mean about like having spent time in a hospital, and like, yeah, it'll fuck you up because there's people walking around, and it's just like, it's not like sleeping at your friend's house where it's not your own bed, so you're not comfortable. No, it's weird, and there's beeping machines and dying people, and I should tell you that. No, I won't. I should tell you. I'll tell that story on Noir Bar one time because it's really dark. I was in the hospital and the weird things that I saw when I was walking down the hallway. Travis Gardner, thank you for the $5,
dude. Whenever you do that, let me know because I have some. Well, I was in the hospital for a week, and I would just be in bed all day, so I would get up and walk around. I saw some fucking insane shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, let me know when you're doing those stories because I really don't want to be there.
I mean, like it's a mixture of human misery, so therefore really brings you down, right? Like, oh God, this is where it all ends, doesn't it? Because there's a lot of old folks there, and then other people just through pure accidents, arm missing or whatever, and then other stuff is like nightmarish. Like, remember that episode of Seinfeld where Kramer was convinced that they were developing pigmen in the hospital? Like, you know,
literally.
That's what I mean by weird shit going on. Like, yo. Okay, so really quick, Gamer Valine, thank you for the $1. Laughs in Adderall. Yeah, Yeah, I know. You got Adderall. Good for you. Fuck it. Everyone?
Adderall Annie.
Yeah, I don't know.
Travis Gardner for the...
Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Travis Gardner for the $3 says, do back in control room from Sabaton while troops take back the Falklands. That would be good British patriotism. I mean, some good spelling would have gone a long way there as well.
Okay, are we back on? Chat?
Hello.
I just got a notification that OBS disconnected, so I'm assuming that the stream bobbled.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
And Fake Gamer Cat laughs in Lexapro. Everyone's laughing in drugs.
Stop laughing in drugs.
Travis Gardner, thank you for the $5, because now there's some actual therapy. Depressed, feeling sad, lethargic perhaps. How about Jessica Alba and some panties and in your bed smiling, waiting for you to come hither? I mean, that'll cure death.
Bring on the cookies, man.
Yeah. So anyway, Travis Gardner, thank you for the $5. I also use gabapentin, but it's unpredictable. Okay. But it's unpredictable for the first week. You may sleep, or you may want to learn the violin at 4 a.m. on a Sunday and babble about stuff to randos on Twitter.
Isn't gabapentin an antibiotic?
I think I do all of that anyway.
Laughs and alcohol. Yeah, there you go, Joshua Montgomery. That I get down. Laughs and alcohol while smoking. Yeah, that's
the
where I'm at.
person on YouTube says laughs in ether. This man's in backcountry right now.
Laughing in Drugs is a band name. Probably is. So, okay. Why does the New Yorker suck? Well, so many reasons. But let's find one particular example. This is an actual article at the New Yorker. The millennial aesthetic comes for your vacuum cleaner. It's a meditation on dust and how to clean, Joseph Guerrera, a designer behind a new company, AirSign, says.
Oh, God, I'm so angry right now.
Like, I just read that and I thought, I hate. Like, this is not coastal elitism. This is Upper East Side of Manhattan elitism. Because that's where they all live.
This is the elite of the elite.
Yeah.
And they're not even doing the cleaning. They have their maids to do it for them. These entitled fucking shitbags.
There's kids in Africa who haven't even got vacuum cleaners.
Guerrera's AirSign vacuum.
Nary a Roomba to be seen.
Guerrera's AirSign vacuum is brand new, but its design work has been central to the popularization of the millennial aesthetic almost since its inception.
Bullshit.
I hate you. I hate all of you. You'd be forgiven for mistaking the AirSign vacuum cleaner for an AaA suitcase. Like AaA's trendy luggage, the appliance has a rectangular body with softened corners and exterior of monochrome plastic with a slight satin sheen. Wheels add rolling mobility. Yes. Add a rolling mobility. Well, Jesus. Somebody's licking off shots at the New Yorker office in Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Je suis New Yorker.
Grinding the axe, thank you for the $18. Out comes the old granddad. May the shots commence.
I am not happy with this at all. Do you guys have a Henry's over there? You know, it's like the red vacuum cleaner. It's got a little face on it.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those things, mate. You don't need anything more than a Henry. They will fucking clean anything. I've done builders cleans where like the fucking everything is covered in fucking dust and shit and fucking plaster and dry paint. And these things just go in there and just take care of business, mate. And they've got a little smiley face on them as well, so they're happy to work. You don't need anything more than a Henry. Fuck this fucking millennial aesthetic for fucking vacuum. Fuck that fucking picture as well, where she's hugging a cleaning appliance.
Yeah. I will read one last line from this.
Solo weddings than see that again. Yeah.
I will read one last line because I won't make you suffer through any more of this.
Thank you, Polly.
But here we go. Ready? Clearing crumbs from behind your couch has never been so aesthetically pleasing, Joseph Guerrera, AirSign's 31-year-old founder, said. and lead designer, describing his vision as Hoover by way of a Zen retreat. It's a meditation on dust and how to clean.
Oh God, that sucks.
This is like, you
Come on.
wonder why people think of coastal elites as condescending and pretentious, concerned with the most trivial of trivialities and creating things to talk about. Like the whole thing's about an aesthetic. Like it goes on to the catering to the lifestyle of millennials who freshly embarked on efforts of at adulting.
Ugh.
I hate you.
Are these people never forced to clean up after themselves as a kid?
No, they're not. No. This is like a vacuum cleaner that isn't a vacuum cleaner. It's actually like it's a statement.
Yeah. Yeah. To have this vacuum cleaner in your home states that you are, at one with the millennial aesthetic. So therefore you have, the vase and the table and the whatever that are all consistent with the millennial aesthetic according to your interior designer, who is just the best in the city. Yeah, that sort of shit. You know what I mean? Oh, I got her business card at the caviar tasting last weekend. That sort of
yeah. And of course, they'll never actually use this vacuum cleaner either because they don't want to get it dirty.
Hate them. I hate them all.
Homicide suspect in targeted robbery left homework and getaway car.
That's more like it. Fucking thank you. Left his homework in there.
I know. It's great. It's like, well, I didn't even want to do my homework. Fuck.
Real
You
quick
fucked
before I have to leave, I want to get your guys' opinion on something.
All right.
So I'm driving down a street, and I drive a Chevy Silverado, a big truck, and it's got the big brush guard on the front of it, all that. Like you can't not see my truck in the middle of the day, especially. So I'm driving down a street, and it's a two-way street. And the opposite lane, my lane is clear. I'm the only person on it. I'm the only person driving. No one's parked on my side. On the other side of the street, there are cars parked on the street. Now, Polly, you're a driver.
Mm-hmm.
What are you supposed to do if there is a car parked on your side of the street and there's a car on the other side?
If there's car and you're trying to park?
No, you're just driving. You're trying to get down the street.
The hazard is on your side of the road. You give right of way.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I see what you're asking. Yeah.
This lady driving a fucking Prius did not do this. She decided that she was going to try to drive around 4 parked cars when I was right there. I had to swerve onto somebody's fucking tree lawn to avoid the accident. And the whole time, this lady's sticking her middle finger up at me.
Because
Like,
how dare you slow my progress down this street, right?
Yeah.
Like, you realize I could have killed, like, I would have hit you so hard it would have killed your kids. And they're not even there. You would have just ran down the family line.
Holy fuck. It's just, it would have been a genetic shock,
But dude, I was so fucking mad. So I think the whole point of that was I think I'm going to get a dash cam just so people can see how bad these...
Oh,
nice.
You 100% should.
Hey, fuck you, man!
Gamer Valine.
That was Scarface.
I think Gamer Valine really likes that donation. I get that feeling. She's someone who always hits it. Goddamn bird, you fucking just... Yeah, it was Scarface, absolutely. Gamer Valine, thank you for the 850. Someone that takes Adderall has a design aesthetic called chaos. Do you? Do you paint chaotic canvases?
Fuck you!
So real quick, that ties into one more thing. Then I have to leave. I'm sorry, I'm taking up this time.
All right.
The other day I was driving with Shelly, and we're going
I'm sorry
down
to hear
a
that.
4. Well, I'm a great driver.
Is
so
he a
it's okay.
side seat driver?
No, not at all. I am.
Really? Oh fuck.
Yeah.
She sits in the back of the truck.
Oh well.
With
Okay,
the furniture.
then good for you, Shelly, and fuck you, son. I hate side seat drivers. You should really be in
I'm
the
like,
other
why
lane.
are you going so slow? Get around that car. What are you doing?
No, man, I hate you people so much.
But so I'm driving, and the lane, I'm in the left lane of the 2-lane street. So we're like 2 lanes going south. The right lane closes and there is ample barrel space all the way up. So I'm like, okay, I got to get over. I go to try to get over. This car won't let me. So I speed up. I'll get in front of them. They won't let me. They speed up with me. I'm like, okay, I'll slow down and I'll get behind them. They did the same shit. So I like slowed way down and got behind them, so, to the point where they had to go. And then I like honked at him. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not letting me through. And this old man gets out of his car and his kid is in the backseat going, Dad, and I have my windows down. Dad, get in the car. And he gets out of the fucking car. And I just point at him like, get the fuck back in your car, old man. He just like looked at me and he's like, fuck you, jackass, and got back in his car and sped away. What the fuck? So yeah, I really need to get a dash cam because these people out here are insane.
You definitely should, mate. I mean, if and when it does happen that you get into a fucking fender bender or something like that, then yeah, that'll really help with your insurance, mate.
Make sure it's a dash cam. I can tell you this, that has, that runs off of SD cards or micro SD cards, whatever, right? That are accessible from inside the car. But you don't have to crack open the camera and whatever. Like, it's just into your dash, because in case you do the crash, yeah, pull that SD card, bro. In Minecraft, of course. You wouldn't want it,
And delete it.
Yeah, well, shove it in your pocket and say there was no SD card in it. Well, you got a dash cam. Yeah, I didn't have an SD card in it. Really? You sure? Yeah, I'm absolutely sure. And snap it in half in Minecraft.
Yeah, plug it into my camera real quick. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
All right, my ride is here, boys. Have a wonderful show. I'll see you in the next one. Guys, chat, thank you. I'll talk to you later.
See you on Friday.
Good night, Sid.
See you.
All right, so I had to take that guy's face off of... Sinatra has left the room.
Face off.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, I had to... Face off. Okay, I had to
The
get
thing
this...
about this story, though, Polly, is like, he can't deny he wasn't there. He'd be like, look, I didn't steal the car and I wasn't there at that date. And they're going, but your name and the date is at the top of the homework.
But it's a depressing yet very, very mildly satisfying story, in the sense of justice satisfying, right? Because it's like, okay, so he left his schoolwork in the car that police say was used to carry out the crime. What crime? Well, the student Kamari Oliver, 18, has been charged with murder, robbery, burglary, and kidnapping on March 25th, slaying Natalie Mondry, 24, of Las Vegas at a home in South Torrey Pines Drive. Like, you murdered a woman after robbing her and burglarizing her house, conceivably, and you're 18. You're 18. Like, I'm like, so like the justice of, oh, they caught you like red-handed, basically. You're fucked. You're going away for the whole day, and good. You fucking scum.
Yeah, you shouldn't see daylight again. I don't even say murder. It says slaying.
Yeah. Because, I mean, with all of these aggravating things on top of it, like, you just didn't kill her. Like, it's a robbery, it's a burglary, it's a kidnapping because you forced her to go to the home, and then, so the forced confinement. Like, it just gets uglier and uglier and uglier. And I don't care that you're fucking 18. It shows exactly what a fucking putrid scum you are. That, like, to allowed to continue on. Why wouldn't somebody expect more of this from you? What does your youth record look like?
What's it going to be like for the rest of your life as well? Like, you're not a good person.
That's a very generous way of putting it. What was Natalie
from this.
Mondully? What did she done to you other than present an opportunity?
There's no. I mean, you look at prisons and see punishment or rehabilitation. You go, all right. But, sometimes some people can't be rehabilitated, and they cannot be part of society because this is what happens. That's when it's not just about rehabilitating or even about punishing, but just removing you from everyone else.
It's about societal protection at that point. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Mudshark Pirate, thank you for the $1. Try driving an 18-wheeler. People will break every law possible just to cut us off. Jeez, I can only imagine.
What is up with that?
Yeah, it's like, you don't want to play kind of chicken with an 18-wheeler, not going straight at it, but it's like, yeah, I can cut in front of them or whatever because I don't want to get caught behind this 18-wheeler. And it's like, Yeah, but they can't slam on their brakes the way you can with your micro vehicle by comparison, if you know what I mean. Don't do that shit. That's just...
Mate, I've seen so many videos of people brake checking 18-wheelers, and I'm like, do you want to die? Why are you doing that? For one, I don't understand the whole point of brake checking in the first place, besides, just displaying to the world that you are a monumental, unparalleled asshole. But to do it with a truck that's got the mass of the moon? Why would you do that?
Yeah. So we got an update story.
Oh, okay.
Human leg found in Cabolo came from a fatality accident, officials confirmed.
God
so
damn it, Polly.
So they, Can we
go 1 week without dismembered limbs, please?
I don't dismember these people. I'm reporting, not supporting.
I think you do.
I'm like a rapper soft snitching on myself. You know what I mean? Just talking about my crimes and my lyrics. Yeah, this is
funny how it always seems to happen on a Wednesday, isn't it?
Well, okay, Molly Okami said, what? What happened was they found, a leg found by a motorist on Interstate 10 was related to a fatality accident they finally were able to confirm. A passerby spotted what appeared to be a human leg. Then police shut down the interstate and secured the area because it might have been a leg from something else. Like, yes, there was an accident.
A sex doll. We've seen it all, right?
But they have confirmed the accident that occurred was. I just scroll up there. I don't like putting the poor victim's name. There's got to be another word. I mean, the word victim, victim of an accident, because it was an accident that happened, right? I'm not a news entertainer. I don't like broadcasting people's names when they didn't do nothing. And I really don't like broadcasting people's names when they committed crimes for the sake of notoriety. You understand what I'm saying? Like, your mass shooters, right? There's nothing that news entertainers love doing more than that. And Jordan Peterson is one of the few psychologists with the balls to point it out. What consistency do we see amongst serial killers? And it's like, well, they tend to be white. They tend to be this. Oh, okay, yeah, but they're not all white, actually. A lot of mass shooters are black. The guy at Virginia Tech was Korean. The list goes on. So, there's all sorts of inconsistency. What consistency do you see across the board? They all collect stories on previous mass shootings in explicit detail. They all have collections. So yeah, media, you are playing a part. And you will get Chris Cuomo. I remember him saying, do we as the media play a role in this? And the answer is, yeah, a whole fucking hell fucking yes. You are morbid vultures circling around dead bodies. You're not just reporting on the thing. You want to go full into the story, the biography of the killer, and name the victims quickly and then say, see, we want to talk about the victims and keep this focus on the victims. Now let's go back to 75% coverage of who was the person who did the killing, which every other person out there that's in that kind of situation are collecting these stories, collecting the details. They know every moment of what happened, every story beat of what happened at Columbine. That's consistent across the board, man. You're playing a massive role. I'm not saying censor yourselves. I'm saying use judicious thought in what information you're focusing on.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's these people themselves are after, some kind of infamy or renown. And I heard the other day that, we're living in such a time now where fame and infamy have kind of just merged together to just become publicity. So there's no longer the case of he's hated. It doesn't matter because some people just want to be famous. It doesn't matter what for, which is how we have reality TV stars and indeed, how we have fucking mass shooters and serial killers. All they want is for people to know who they are. So if we stop using their names, then I don't know. I'm not saying that it's going to be a fucking cure-all, but it's certainly not going to do any harm.
It's not going to do any harm, and I would not counter, but offer the additional suggestion. You know what I mean? Again, judicious thought on what you're focusing on. We're going to focus on mass murders that have a very particular salacious narrative, like shooting up a church to start a race war. Remember that guy? Shooting up a school. It fits a very particular fucking narrative. But you will not talk about the weekend murders every weekend on Southside Chicago, especially in Cabrini Greens. The Sacramento shooting that just happened, that was a gang blast out. None of the people there that were doing the shooting. 6 dead, a dozen injured. Most of the people shot were not shooters, and the people that were doing this shooting were all convicted felons that shouldn't have had guns. It was illegal for them to have guns that they illegally modified, were illegally carrying. And what does Joe Biden say? The Sacramento shows us we need stronger gun control. Are you fucking kidding me? The guy was fucking paroled, was denied parole because he was considered too violent of a felon to be released, and then was later paroled. And what did he do a year and a half later? Get in a shootout that killed 6 people and injured a dozen more in your state capital. And the response is, oh, we need more gun control. Right. It really slowed them down before.
Yeah, I mean, look, you're talking about a politician using a tragedy to further an agenda here. You know, that's not news.
Yeah. There's nothing, I will admit, there's nothing fresh about that. Yeah.
That's a very, very sad statement, but it is true.
Ice Mocha, you just got here. Quiet, Polly. Okay, you just got to the wrong place then.
Yeah.
Wednesday? What? Ouch. I brought this up just because of the way that it's written. Police arrest burglary suspect who was shot by homeowner. Vermont State Police say that Daniel King, 40, of Westminster, broke into an occupied home at Shady Pines on March 14th. The homeowner shot him.
Shady Pines got a lot darker that
I mean, this is how you tell a brief, just the facts, ma'am type story, right? Like, I mean, for life. The homeowner shot him. So, okay, all right, there, I know what happened.
To the point.
Yeah.
Consider us informed.
Cherokee Girl, thank you for the 350 in that way we do. Apologies for pissing you off. I worry too much. Have a good evening. And you as well. Have a good evening as well. Moving along, coming up on the 2-hour mark here. Okay. Florida commissioners suggest killing manatees might help save the marine species.
Yeah, I read that this is starvation they're worried about, aren't they? Like the population's too high, so not a lot of. I mean, they're going to die anyway, but fucking a culling would seem a little more humane than letting them starve to death.
You nailed the word I was just about to say. A culling, and people that are against hunting, it's like you do realize that only so many deer tags are given out that are half the amount of the deer that are calculated to die that year of starvation. So therefore, it's more food for the remaining deer. Like, it really is just a culling. And it's like, well, who are you to make that decision? As opposed to the extremely ethical decision you make to buy prepackaged, pre-slaughtered meat from a supermarket so you don't have to witness it. Fuck off. If you're a vegan, I'll have the conversation with you generally on, no, the culling makes sense. And it's like, oh, well, they're suffering. No, there is such a thing as ethical hunting. I think you're off target on this one.
I agree, yeah. I mean, I think for a lot of these people's arguments, they're trying to imply that the people who are doing the hunting are just sadistic and like to see suffering. But no, you are, when it comes to, because we have every couple of years in Britain, we have a badger culling, which is, it's as bad as it sounds. But it's
do they
so
overpopulate?
More badgers. Yeah. It's, right. So fucking, they've got just like, you know, I hazard to say seal clubbing, but I think maybe those people just enjoy their job a little bit too much over there. You know, you could shoot them, but no, we're going to use sticks.
Well, they don't want to ruin the pelts. That's why.
So yeah, right.
No, but that actually is their explanation.
It is true. It is true.
We're after them. Why? For their pelts. So, I mean,
then you could come up behind them with a gun, so just put it to the back of their head and say, like, the Lannisters sent their regards or something. You know?
Don Corleone says hello. It seems. Okay, that got dark fast.
No, that was the Godfather. That was Godfather 1, wasn't it? With the guy who had in the book, Mario Puzo, had a tattoo of a fox on his chest who rigged the car to blow up for Michael Corleone's wife and his name was Fabrizio.
You nailed every single fact except it wasn't a fox. Well done, though.
Was it not?
No, it was a man stabbing a woman who had cheated on him, and when he flexed his stomach, the knife would appear to be going in and out. Remember?
Oh, where did I get fox?
But everything else was dead on. I'm impressed with the detail because it doesn't happen in the movie, and it's like
No, it doesn't.
yeah,
Wow.
and it's like Michael Corleone sends his regards. Yeah, absolutely.
That was because he was working in America in a pizza place at the time, and a guy came to the window, said, "Give me a slice," but went into the shop.
Yeah.
And that's when the guy knew he was in trouble.
Yeah, nice, Drunkle Lamau. Yeah, Sinatra's right. That was well done. Well done. I appreciate it.
I think Sinatra's taking the piss out of the fox part. Or the badgers or the seals. We don't know.
Well, he had a manatee tattoo. They'd recognize him anywhere. A criticism for marine advocates after suggesting allowing people to kill manatees as a way of controlling their population, similar to deer hunting and bears in some states to protect the seagrass, a vital food source for the marine species. Just like deer, there's only certain food that they eat. And let me tell you something. I like small game hunting, and there are no rabbits to be found. You know why? Because there's restrictions upon when you can hunt coyotes, or coyotes, depending on where you live, what you call them. They eat rabbits.
People say coyotes.
Yeah, and then coyotes, depends on where you're at. So
I've never heard coyote before. Sorry, that's just really weird.
Or yotes, if you're from Indiana.
Really?
Yeah, they just go with yotes. It's,
Jesus.
But there's no rabbits to be found. Like, you go out walking around with your 22, small game hunting, and you see tracks and droppings, but no rabbits. And it's because the yotes they're way overpopulated, and there's, like, can you guys open up the restrictions for hunting these mangy beasts? For fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Because they're taking out all of the bunnies and leaving none for us.
Yeah. It's like a fucking... obviously, humans, especially as many of us as there are, we are having an effect on the ecosystem, but then also, we can sit here, we can do the maths and work out, all right, this is how we can preserve the ecosystem as best we can anyway. Now, to vegans, yes, it might seem inhumane, but actually when you look at the numbers, it's more humane than doing nothing.
Yep. And I remember the Futurama where it came out of hunting, and it was Leela who said, well, okay, maybe there is an idea, but I don't think a crazy person with a gun is the one who should be making that decision. No, the bleeding heart moron who wants to save all the Disney forest animals is the one who should be making the call. And
that was the penguins, wasn't it?
Was it the penguins? It's what Molly O'Cammy said. It's like, I think it was Molly, that, all conservation groups are run by hunters. Conservation groups are not run by animal rights activists. Those are the PETA people that are,
Yeah.
You're not really after protecting animals, and if you're actually after protecting the population and make sure it continues to thrive. I mean, why are there more doe cards given out than stag cards? Like, as in, you have to have tags to hunt a deer, or it's poaching. No, because there's in a deer population, there's a lot more females than there are males. A male deer has a harem of a bunch of different does. And so if you shoot, right. So if you shoot stags, and nothing but stags because you want antlers, you're going to screw up the population. Therefore, it's a rarity to get a stag tag. But does
stag tag, I like that.
Yeah, but you see, it's like, do you, Twitter animal activist, even know that? It's like, no, they don't. It's like, because conservationists, groups run by hunters know these things, and anyway.
Well, so, if PETA were actually involved more in the conservation efforts, I think then people would maybe listen to them a bit more. But they're not, are they? They're just the woke fucking bedroom feminists of 2017, except for animal rights instead. They're doing everything wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, Sinatra says, look at all the conservations and conservatories, I guess, in Africa. They're all funded and run by hunters. Yeah, they want them to come in because they have gazelles overpopulating, destroying the crops when they try and do agriculture, et cetera, et cetera. When you plant a bunch of agriculture, you're providing an additional food source, which is, you were talking about the imbalance humans make in nature, a positive imbalance. Thus, their population increases. Because they're breaking through the fences and eating all the crops that you planted that wouldn't have been there otherwise. So it's like, okay, we need to call the population because it's totally overblown and we can't plant. So it's like, please come in and hunt. And then you see it's like, do you know that animal sickos who just want to murder are flying to another country just to kill species? And it's, shut up.
But and that's exactly what happened in Australia with the fucking huge influx of rabbits and hares. When was that? It was a couple of fucking decades ago, which is what how we got fucking myxomatosis was a fucking man-made disease to try and cull their fucking population, and it worked for a little bit. But I mean, rabbits breed well, like rabbits,
right?
You know?
Yeah.
So they ended up fucking breaking through fences and fucking eating all the fucking and you couldn't get rid of them fast enough.
Sinatra says, Polly has a stag junior. Yes, I do, because a toe, super mega chad that he is, somehow got a stag tag for a stag junior, and I got one, and it's sitting in a place of prominence with a light on it. I'm not even kidding.
Have you actually got the light on it now? Have you?
Because there's a little like what do you call it? Enclave. Like that has like it's like a book light. You're supposed to put a vase there or something, and it's like, no, I moved a potted object that was there, and I put that bottle there for a joke. Like I'm gonna leave it there, and I haven't been able to take it away because every time I walk by and see that beautiful golden reddish brown, I'm just like, yeah, no, it's staying there.
Little LED light underneath it.
See, I'm worried.
Light it from the bottom.
Yeah, I just don't want to. I made sure it was out of sunlight because I really don't want to damage it. I'm gonna open it July 4th.
Yeah.
That's because it's.
Oh yeah, good show.
Yeah. And no, I'm not gonna throw it up, chat. Fuck.
No one said anything.
I was cutting it off at the pass. All right, it's fine.
All right.
Charges dropped against Florida's glitter twins, women who broke into a victim's home and pelted him with glitter.
That should be illegal.
Yes.
You know how hard it is to vacuum that shit up, especially when your vacuum is aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's funny that Farr calls glitter the herpes of the craft world. It never goes away.
It's the worst thing the fucking LGBT people came up with, mate. Every fucking Pride Month, man, I look at the fucking mess that's left behind after all these parades, and all I'm thinking is someone's got to clean that up.
Like, look at them smiling. They're loving it. Like, this is hilarious to them, right?
Yeah. You wear matching outfits, girls. Good for you.
In a TSG, the Smoking Gun interview, Frank said that she was married to O'Donovan. They're lesbians and they're married, okay? And that the couple had a casual sexual relationship with Colin, a waiter for whom they had met at a Clearwater restaurant. That
says colons there. That says colon.
It does say colon. Okay, so you're right. Yes. Okay, so they had a casual relationship with Guts, a waiter whom they met at a Clearwater restaurant. The three-way type... The three-way type thing, and yes, that is a quote, had already ended, Frank said, when the alleged glitter bombing occurred. Police reported that Franks and O'Donovan first targeted Guts when he was standing on his fenced balcony. The women, cops charged, each threw a container of glitter at Guts, who was struck in the upper torso and head. After Guts had retreated into his home, Frank...
Tell me you white without telling me you white.
Trimble for the 2501 saying Happy Father's Day. Thank you very much, Trimble. Is it Father's Day?
That was really fucking good.
Thank you very much, Trimble, you legend. I wonder what the fuck was going on for a second there. I was looking at the wrong screen.
Franks and O'Donovan were arrested about an hour after the glitter attack, and police located the duo's getaway car. The auto was still warm to the touch, and glitter was observed on the inside of the vehicle. Of course, it's like herpes; it's everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, they but I mean, They climbed over the fence and entered his residence, where they threw more containers of glitter at Guts, cops say. She also unlocked the front door to allow O'Donovan into the apartment. Once inside of O'Donovan, pelted Guts with additional glitter. They broke into his home. Why did you drop the charges? Like, forget about the glitter for a second. Let's say they were throwing like fruit at him or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, the point is they broke into the guy's house to throw shit at him. And what would have happened if he had responded with any kind of defensive action of, like, even restraining her physically by grabbing her by both wrists and holding her to the wall? Like, stop it. That would have been assault and battery right there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you're going to get the lesbian strength from the other one as well. He's going to be like, just get off her. What if he shot a glitter gun at her as well? You know, he'd be in the wrong. You're right, though. I mean, not only is this breaking and entering, this is assault, and I'd like to add on top of that, vandalism.
It is vandalism. Like, just vandalism. Like, okay, you spray painted something. Well, now we got to clean it up, and it's a bitch. Okay, you put glitter all over fucking everywhere, and now we got to clean it up, and it's a bitch. Yeah, it's at a minimum vandalism. But the point is, they broke into the guy's house to throw shit at him. I mean, forget it's glitter. Say it was fruit or tennis balls, like something that's not like injurious, if you know what I mean.
It's the only two things you could think of. Just
well, yeah, because I was about to say golf balls, and I'm like, nah, you could hurt someone with a golf ball if you threw it right. Like,
balled up socks or like gloves. Which were out of two of them, if you had to pick one?
Balled up socks.
No, I mean the women.
Oh. And you said the last thing you said. Again, Trunkel, we have to go with the most recent thing. You gave me an option of balled up socks. That's twice.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna go with the unlikely one. The one on the left is hotter, but I would go with the one on the right because the one on the left looks more evil in the eye.
I agree. Got a Joker grin going on.
Yeah, she looks like the one who came up with the idea, and this is the sub who just went along. That's my impression.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, I'm with you.
So I'm going to go with the less attractive, less crazy one.
And so that's the balled up socks of the couple.
Yes. See, this is balled up laundered socks, and this is balled up cum socks. Like, okay?
This is gloves.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, you want to see?
I'm sorry, that fucking tickled me. All right. Maintain.
Okay, all right. So we're bringing it to a close. So I got to pick because we got more than we need, but that's fine. There'll be more for later. And Sinatra will probably cover them all on Friday. That's the way this shit works, right? And you know what? Smoking gun. I don't appreciate you putting a collection of 13 different glitters on the side. I really don't appreciate that at all.
There's a fucking Amazon link.
No, it's not, but it could have been. It easily could have been.
Okay.
Yeah, it's their affiliate link, those bastards.
There were 3 culprits on screen all along.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with this one. And yes, it's Babylon B, but sorry, Druggle, but it's a good one. Leah Thomas confused as to why teammates keep asking her to open pickle jars.
I don't own the Babylon B, mate.
No, but it tends to be your thing, but it's for the picture. No. It's for the picture. Look at this. Which one do you think is the trans athlete? Take a guess.
I'd go for the one in the cowboy hat.
Because let's just embiggenate this picture. Look, she's trying to do her own thing. This one just looks kind of scared and a little pissed. And then over here is trying to look as small as possible and completely failing. This is
you're between a 6'2" man and a cowboy. Like, the girl in the middle is the only one actually trying to look like a girl right now.
I got to give it to the Babylon B. Their text here is well done because they manage an entendre as well as like it's double layered. Okay. Champion swimmer Leah Thomas, she, her, is constantly being asked by her teammates to open pickle jars, and it's reportedly causing a great deal of confusion. Thomas reports she has never been more distracted. Quote, "I'm a teeny tiny woman," said Thomas, effortlessly opening a pickle jar. "I don't know why they keep asking me to open these things. It's not like I'm biologically predisposed to being stronger." "Leah, darling, can you open this Vlasic pickle jar for me?" asked teammate Annabelle Humphrey. "They say it's the tastiest pickle I've ever had, and I just gotta know." See what they're doing with the pickle thing? You get the...
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah. "They don't taste that good," Thomas said. "I'm opening like a dozen pickle jars a day. It's ridiculous." Sources confirm she's also been asked to reach for items on high shelves and clear backed up toilets.
Fuck it hell. See, this is the thing. Babble will be like, on Monday, I generally do it for the headline, and it's going to be something that's happened over the weekend or something, and that will generally be something we'll talk about like in a more serious light. But the body of the article itself is actually fucking just as good as the headline as well. We very rarely get into it, but they put a lot of effort into it, and it is hilarious.
They do. It's not just as it looks like a Photoshop job. You know what I actually think is going on? They're on the stepped, what would you call them? Pedestals.
Oh god,
you know?
Yeah, I guess yeah, like the winners. Platform.
Yeah, like they're on leveled platforms. The reason the winner,
Yeah.
the gold medal winner, is at the highest, second highest, because I don't believe that they go straight down in terms of height, and it happens to be gold, silver, bronze. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, I think that so yes.
Isn't gold normally in the middle though?
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, the again, it's like it's like you know, it's like the value of the American currency you own. It's going straight down. You know, it.
Yeah, you're right. You look like Bitcoin, ladies.
Yeah, so I don't think it's a Photoshop job. I just think that she, her is on the tallest platform, and it's really accentuating this individual's height. Yes, let's go with that. Yeah. Okay, you ready for the titular article?
I am.
Okay, the mystery will be solved. This is from the Jerusalem Post, of all places. Space needle-sized asteroid headed for Earth in close flyby. Some people have described it as log-sized, okay, or cigar-shaped, okay? With an estimated length between 77 and 170 meters, this asteroid would be at a minimum longer than 6 T-Rexes or 13 Asian elephants in length.
Yes! We're doing it! I called for it to happen, and it's happening.
I thought you would love
I've
that.
never felt so vindicated before in my life.
When I read that, I thought, were they listening to our show at the Jerusalem Post that we're going to use animals as a unit of measurement? Is it?
It's all it's all and it was a fucking asteroid as well, the size of half a giraffe.
Well, this motherfucker's 13 Asian elephants long, man. I mean, it's huge.
I mean, is that larger than a regular elephant? Asian elephants? I guess they're smaller.
As opposed to an African plains elephant? I don't know. Which one? Is it like... It's like the metric system. It's milli versus centi, like Asian versus African. It gets smaller, large. I don't know. You just gotta...
T-Rexes! Like anyone's got any fucking like visual representation of how big a T-Rex is. I never fucking met one. I don't know. Certainly not 6 of them stood up on top of each other's heads wearing a giant trench coat pretending to be a meteor. 6 T-Rexes. I love it. I think
it's consistent because all you got to do is move 2 decimal places over and you're at the Asian elephants metric.
That's it.
Yeah,
right? It is consistent. You're right. Fuck metric. Fuck imperial. Animals. If we could push even further and start doing like mythological animals as well, it's like roughly the size of 1.5 Hydra. You know, no one knows what that means, but you know it's not good.
I think this picture is quite good. It's cool. It's foreboding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This picture, however, is not foreboding. It's just like, come on. It's
a bit much, isn't it?
Yeah. lava meteoroid. Like it's extra. It's too extra. You know. I don't like it.
It doesn't strike me as though that is the size of 16 Asian elephants either. I mean,
Right.
the scale might be at play here, but
This, however, yeah, that could be up to 30, 40 African elephants wide.
oh yeah,
You know.
that's got slow, ominous music trailing behind
Yeah,
it
and
as well. You know.
Yeah, and it's got an oval shape to it, so it's so many Asian elephants long, and maybe I'm guessing 21 manatees wide. It's it's
Is that well-fed manatees or starving manatees?
But I did read through the article for funsies, and it ends the first section with this statement: "There is currently no readily available way to stop asteroids from hitting us." Thanks, Jerusalem
there is.
Post.
But there is though. It's called Jupiter.
I was talking to Sam last night about this article. He goes, "What are you calling the stream?" And I told him, and he was like, "Where is that from?" So I showed him the article, and he goes, "No, but there is though. It's called the atmosphere." It's
That's true. That's true as well. Yeah. It totally is. The thing is, like Jupiter is so big that most fucking meteors that come in end up getting caught up in a sphere of influence anyway. So it's what we call a comet catcher. Good guy, Jupiter.
Yeah. So, but I mean, Jupiter does that job, but the atmosphere can only do so much. If the asteroid is longer than, say, 15 river otters, yeah, it's going to get through.
Of course, yeah. That's actually quite small, though, isn't it? 15 river otters.
Well, the atmosphere can only do so much work, so I went with one of the milli units. It's
if you throw 15 river otters from the International Space Station, I guarantee they're going to burn up before they hit the ground.
Sure, but a rock the size, the length of 15 river otters. Remember the tail too.
The tail as well.
Yeah.
Are we including the ego of the otter in this as well?
But thank you, Jerusalem Post, for filling us in that movies from the late 90s are not, in fact, real. That's it.
Did you know? I mean, some people do need fucking reminding of that now and again. Why can't we just send up Bruce Willis?
Yes, because he
He's got
stopped
brain
acting.
disease, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, the show. Alan S., why did you not let Drunkle in Noir Bar, Polydub? The show was going to be a short one and ended up being longer. It was just Sam, myself, and Sinatra stumbled in, and that's why he stumbled out without saying goodbye. It's all good. I mean,
The show itself was only meant to be 3 tigers long.
So, it ended up going a little bit longer because it ended up being Siberian tigers when Sam had meant, African plains tigers. So the whole thing was fucked.
Of course, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
God, that fucking Asians screwing it for everyone again, aren't they?
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
Yeah. So a few people asked why I took the stream down because, oh my God, the sheer amount of fucking claims that I got. And I got, it wasn't music because every stream I get gets music claimed on it. It was material as well. One of the Twitter videos I played, somebody had claimed it because they owned it. It was like the rock slide one, the AAA. Remember the rock sliding down the side of the mountain that and the guy closed the cabin door. That got claimed. And it was dogging me, and I felt like, I don't know, this feels strikey, like strike worthy. So like that's why that part got clipped out. There was so much to clip out. There were 3 things that were non-music related that got claimed. And plus all the music shit. And I'm like, by the time I clip the show apart, it's going to be like 15 minutes long. Boom! Trimble, thank you for the $18. Booty shot. Oh, okay.
1 shot, 2 shot, 3 shot, booty shot. And Solder threw $1 saying if you were to include the ego of the river otter, that'd be an extinction level event.
Yeah, we're talking a very, very infinitely, near singularity dense substance here.
This is the fucking word. Yeah.
Old Man Enfield says, a tiger in Africa. And as I said that, I thought, that's lions, right? Where are tigers from?
They've got zoos in Africa.
Well, actually, what, like the Indian subcontinent? Is that where they're from?
I want to say China.
You got me. I actually don't know. I've seen tigers in zoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll leave it there.
So, yeah. Any other questions, by all means, shoot them out now as we begin to wrap it up. Drunkle, are you doing a rollover?
Indeed, I am. I'm going to be heading over to twitch.tv/drunkleplays. Today is the third assassination on the very first Assassin's Creed game. We're ready to go. We're in the Holy City, and we're going to stab some necks.
Cool. Are they going to have it coming, or just, who the fuck ever?
Oh, they're bad people. Yeah, they're very bad people. Occasionally, I'll be walking along, and there'll be one woman who comes up to me. She'll say, "Please, I have nothing. Please give me a coin." And I just punch her in the fucking face.
That was the question I was just about to ask. Never having played any of the Assassin's Creed games, except for 3 is the one I really want to play because it takes place during the Revolutionary War, and I love the look of it and everything.
Yeah.
And then plus, I like the look of all the games. They seem like fun gameplay.
Oh, yeah. The way they tie in with history as we know it as well. They got their own alternate historical storyline underneath it. Everything that's ever happened, from the fucking the moon landing to fucking the Notre Dame being built, has always been about the Templars fighting against the assassins throughout all of history. It's fantastic, the storyline.
When you stab out somebody that doesn't have it coming, does that cost you points in the game, or does it cost you the ability to collect new stuff or anything? Or it
takes a bit of health off. It reminds you that it goes, assassins didn't kill innocents, and as far as I'm concerned, this bitch was not innocent. She was getting in my fucking grill. But yeah, it'll take a little bit of health off. That health will come back, and if you do it too much, then it'll end the level. It's fun to do, though. Let's be honest. Killing innocent people in Minecraft.
Yes,
it's fun to do.
And a few people have said that tigers are China and India mainly, and then some people said China, and then some people said India. So yeah, all in that area. Yeah. Okay, so on a final note, bring back Benzedrine, and especially Benzedrine inhalers.
Save the manatees.
And save
the Benzedrines.
Where can they find us next, Drunkle?
We're going to be back on Friday on the Sinatra Screams channel at 10:30 p.m. GMT, 5:30 p.m. ST, 4:30 Central, and 5:30 a.m. on Christmas Island, Polydub.
Excellent. We love our people in Flying Fish Cove, all 35 of them who watch our show on Christmas Island. Greatly appreciated. And yeah, Sinatra Screams. Tell your friends, tell everyone the numbers are still not where they should be, because I just think certain people just haven't found out or heard or caught on. So pass it around the campfire, y'all. Sinatra Screams, not his regular, because that strike can't last forever, but that's where we're going to be at until then. Have a good night, everyone. Thank you very much for the donations. You're fucking best chat online. Say goodbye, Drunkle.
No.